Sitting simple cross legs as usual. And once you got your legs crossed, lean forward so that you're all on your, your outer shin that's taking the weight. Reach under and hook your sit bones with your fingers and pull so you can feel them. Pull that flesh up and keep dragging your fingers up along the bulge of the buttocks up to the waist so that you sense that the skin is moving upward. The buttock itself is lifting up, and then bring your hands back, press your fingers down. This is the side chest. So imagine that your chest starts way down in your hip bones, your hip crest, and from there this whole thing lifts up. Let's take the hands actually to the sides and lift up, because the skin is a sensory organ. So if you feel that, okay, I'm gliding my hands up, I'm lifting, the skin's lifting, but so then are the muscles. So then they respond in that way. And then hook your thumbs in your armpits, fingers kind of like blades, and then do this circular motion. It's not like think of like a crescent moon coming around from behind and up. So that's the direction that the armpits should move, and that takes the shoulder blades in their correct direction, which is kind of down and then the bottom tip forward, and then bring your palms together. Breathe in, exhale, and close your eyes and relax your face. Breathe in again, lift up, lift the front body from the pubis to the navel so that your abdomen is firm. Exhale, keeping that energy loop going from climbing up the abdomen on the inhale, up the chest, and exhale, the energy, the release of the skin, the back body goes down. And again, inhale, up you go with the front body, skin, musculature, bones. Rolling over the shoulders, release the skin, the shoulders, the bones, especially of the shoulder blades back down, and lengthen the back waist. Just maintain that and gradually bring your attention into the area behind the breastbone. Imagine that is a capsule that is filled with energy, and that as you inhale, it expands from front to back, and as you exhale, it keeps that expansion, it lengthens from top to bottom. And then as you inhale, it keeps all that and it expands from side to side. And then you exhale and keep that, and it goes in all directions, so that it's as though your energy, your heart center is getting bigger and bigger as you sit there. And that is where your attention should be drawn, is to the spaciousness inside the heart area. Let's say 3 Oms together. And then I'm going to continue from there with the invocation to Patanjali. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarutam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram Shankachakra Siddharanam Sahasra Shivasam Shritam Pranamami Patanjalim Hare Om. Bow your head down to your heart. Look within and acknowledge your inner self. Bring your hands to your legs, palms rolled up, fingers softly curled. Touch the tip of your pointer finger to your thumb, and then rolling your shoulders back and down, lift your head up and open your eyes. Okay, and let's right away stand up. Get a brick, then have a strap close by, and we're going to stand in Tadasana with a brick up between your legs like this. So put the brick in sideways, bring the feet as close together as you can, and then you just have the brick on the strap on the floor next to you. Gonna go like that. Okay. So first, a few arm position things here. So I got my brick here. I'm lifting it up well, and then feet close together, and then press the heels down and take the top kneecap back to the bone as we were working on last week. Roll the shoulders back, stretch your arms down. Eyes tall. Now lengthen your feet and spread the balls of your feet. Swing your arms upward, Katasana. Exhale, stretch even higher. Paula, I can't see you, so you're gonna come forward and tilt your screen up. Arms down. There you go. Okay. Okay, now that's a little bit too high. So go back, come back in again. Just go carefully. I'll tell you when to stop. And a little bit, stop. Okay, perfect. That's excellent right there. Okay, so we'll start again. Okay, so buttocks forward now, and then I'll reach your hands back and put your hands in the back of your thigh muscles, your hamstrings, and drag that up. Right where the buttock crease meets, that part needs to go in and up like on a diagonal like that. All right, Urdhva stretch up, reach through your thumb tips up as high as you can get, and your fingertips as well. And now out you go, turning your thumbs back, roll your biceps up, come down, and suck your triceps into the bone. So those triceps actually moving out away from you as you're coming in, and then out you go again, up you come, stretch up tall, bring your palms together, Urdhva Namaskar Asana, clasp your palms, reach your knuckles straight up, and squeeze your head, lift your pubis up towards your navel, and squeeze the buttocks and squeeze the brick. And bring your hands down to Namaskar. And cross the right thumb over, Urdhva Baddha stay like this, and reach the, spread out the thumbs and press the pointer fingers forward, the index fingers forward to open the palms. Inhale, come up, stretch, get tall. Take the thigh bones back so that you don't do, over much like this. Don't be going like that, but lift up straight and tall. And then bring the palms down, cross the left, go out, draw your shoulders in, lift up you go, elbows in. Now internally rotate those arms in the socket a bit so you can come even higher, get super tall. Squeeze the brick, look up, arms back bend, lift up the back ribs, come up, woo, arms up, and come on down, and move the brick out of the way. Okay. Let's not use your strap for now. We'll use that later. Okay. So now we're going to do Trikonasana. We'll do the basic standing poses in fairly rapid order. You can use bricks or not. I don't care. I don't mind what you do. But have your two bricks. Stand straight and tall. Bring your fingers together. Bend your knees. Jump out and stretch the arms out. Turn your leg to the right. Slide your left heel back a little bit. Firm the legs. Tailbone in. Lift your chest. And start your movement from this. So this comes this way, but do not do this. Don't push this out. From here, the whole thing tilt over. Turn your palms forward toward the screen. Come out and over and down. Put your hand on your leg or put it on your brick. Either one is fine. Brick behind your leg. Make it tall. Okay, come back up. Paula, what I saw was that you lean forward like this. I don't want you to lean forward. Do not lean forward. You got to stay right over your leg. Ready? Over the leg you go. Lift your chest. Lift your hip. Yep. Go, go, go. Tilt over. That was better. Good. Now stretch your arms away. Push your inner right foot forward and push your outer left foot back. And squeeze the muscles around your thighs. Look up. And now really squeeze the buttocks and lengthen the chest and come up and turn the palms down and the feet forward. Turn your left leg out at the root. You can put your hands down on your hips here and do that turning action with your thumbs. So help the idea of the legs turning out as you go. Bring those buttocks together back there and lengthen your foot as you reach it out. So you're lengthening the underside of your foot as you're pressing it down. Fingers up and out. Palms forward. So turn the arms back so that the palms are forward. And square your chest to the front. And push your feet away from one another as you come out and over and down. Legs straight. Lift the thigh bones up. And bring the hands to the brick. And now turn your shoulders back and draw your shoulders away from your ears. And then keeping your top arm straight up, exhale and roll your right rib cage back towards the wall, back behind you as you draw your left buttock forward. Right rib cage back, left buttock forward, and squeeze the muscles around your thighs now. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. Keep both sides of your torso the same length. Go. Yep. And then up. Fingers down. Turn your toes forward. Bring fingers together. Bend your knees and jump back. And be in your Tadasana. Namaskar. Hands together. Roll the shoulders back. Take your elbows down. Spread your collarbones. Lift the crease of your buttocks, the horizontal crease up. And now let's take Virabhadrasana 2. So jump out, spread the legs, push apart, turn the right leg out, and slide the heel back. Wide stance. Probably get wider because you'll be too short for your Virabhadrasana 2. Really wide. You have long legs. Walk your back leg back more. More. Good. Okay, here we go now. We're going to sit down by pressing the feet away. Press the feet away. Arms absolutely straight. Both of you lift up your back arm a little bit higher so that you're parallel with the floor. Sit down and reach hard through the left arm so you don't lean into the pose. Turn your head if you haven't already. Oh, you both have. Good. Turn your head. Look out over that longest finger and reach your left arm back. Now, move your right shin forward a little bit more so you sit down into the pose. Okay, now straighten your leg and roll your right buttock under you and take that sit bone toward the screen. Keep looking. And then go again. Down you go into the pose. So bend the knee, but suck the hamstring up into the bone. Paula, you're leaning forward a little bit too much, so reach back harder with your left arm. Good. And then come back up. Turn the toes forward. Come to the other side. You can keep the arms out if you've got the endurance to do so. And then press it down, sit down into the pose. Paula, you're leaning. Okay, look in the, you guys, if you can use your screen and look, you can see there's a tendency to go like this. So don't do that. Stay upright. So you got to reach back hard with the back arm. Reach back hard with the back arm like you're hanging on to something back there. And lift up your left side now. Lift up through the armpit. Yes, much better. Good. And then turn the head to the left, but turn your right rib back to the right. That will help to keep you square. Now open up your pelvis. So stretch from your inner left groin to your inner left knee. And now Reel that buttock back in to straighten your legs. Sit tall, be tall. Tailbone in and lift from pubis to navel. Good. And now sit back down. It's almost like you're leaning back as you come back into the Virabhadrasana 2. Way down you go. Press both heels down. Lift your toes up. Lift your abdomen up. Roll your shoulders back and down. Straighten the leg. Turn the toes. And then bring the fingers together. Heel toe in. Then jump. Stand tall. And stand tall. Namaskar. Weight on the heels. Top of your kneecaps take to the bone. So you really firm the leg action. Lift up. Inner feet pressing down. Inner groins lifting up. That continues up through your pubis and the navel. Okay, now we're going to go into Parshvakonasana. So out you go. And turn your right leg out and swivel left heel back and sit down into Virabhadrasana 2. Be really wide. Face forward now. Don't look over your arm because this is a forward facing pose. And then arms do not, this whole line here, don't move it until over. Keep the arms stretched in a straight line. Bring your hand down to the brick or the floor behind your leg and stretch the arm up. Stretch the left arm up. Broaden your chest. Roll your chest back. Roll your left ribs back. That looks good, Colette. Okay, now draw this rib cage here. Everybody, both of you, bring your fingers, your left fingers to your top left rib cage and push it down. Push it down and move your shin forward. Push your right shin forward and move your left ribs down, down. Yeah, and then swing the arm over. So you're deeper now. You're deeper in the pose. And then press your leg into your arm into the leg, and roll your right shoulder back and suck your abdomen up and stretch. Come up into triangle pose. Reel that leg back under you. Roll your chest back, or your left chest back, your left armpit chest back. And one more time. Come into the pose up and over, into Parshvakonasana, and turn your body. So roll your shoulder back. This rolling back action we're going to be using later on in Upavishta Parivritta. Turn. And then stand up. And turn the toes forward. And bring your hands down to your hips. Okay. Roll shoulders back and down. Shoulders back. Do some shoulder rolls here. Shoulder roll. And then arms just straight. Arms straight. Roll the shoulder. Draw down. Hands down behind you, like this. And just draw arms down and lift the buttocks up. Arms down, buttocks up, and just tall, tall chest. Lengthen the back of your neck slightly. Just to neutralize from that. Push the heels away. Push the heels away. Buttocks lifting up. Arms down. Okay. So now let's go right into the second side. So fingers together. Out you go. Turn the left leg. Pick up your foot and swivel that foot out. And swing that heel out. Is it down into Virabhadrasana 2? Get a really wide stance now. Okay. And now tilt over like airplane wings and find that brick and be wide. So first we're going to be wide and roll the top rib cage back. Wide and roll back. And the shoulders have to roll back and draw down toward the waist. Draw toward the waist. Okay, now reach over with the arm. And now shift your weight more into your front foot so that that shin moves forward a little bit. Shin moving forward. And then as it moves forward, roll your right shoulder back. Roll your right shoulder back, but turn your pinky side of your right hand in towards your head. And then straighten the leg and come into Trikonasana. Keep that chest open. Lift your chin. Both shoulder blades draw down the back body. And squeeze the quadriceps onto the bone. Front thigh muscles onto the bone. Bend the knee, go over. Reach. Get that right arm, put the finger pads on your rib cage, push down on the rib cage and move forward. So this goes down and this goes forward, so that you're kind of coming deeper into the pose, but don't let go of the outside of your right foot. Swing over, turn, tailbone in, lift your abdomen, and then push your foot forward and stand up. Turn your toes forward, and then bring your fingers together. Bend the knees, stand straight and tall, Tadasana. Namaskar. Okay, now catch hold of your strap. Now get your strap. And make a loop of it that's a little bit more narrow than your shoulder. So maybe about as wide as the seam of where if you had a sleeve on your t-shirt. Or the outside of your strap, something like that. All right, we're going to do Katasana with a supported strap. You'll have your feet together and wrist inside the strap, and bring your hands down so that your forearms are touching your hip bones. You can feel that. And then with the thumbs pointing forward, roll your biceps back. So it's this roll back like that, so the chest lifts up and puffs like that. So it's a real squeeze going on. And then buttocks up. Okay, Utkatasana we're going to do a few times. Up and down, up and down. Okay, arms up, straight up, stretch up, buttocks under you. Lots of weight on the heels the whole time. Bend the knees, sit down. So vertical Utkatasana. Vertical Utkatasana. Don't let the buttocks stick out like this too much, but draw the sit bones down. Lift the chest, look up. Stand up, buttocks under, arms up behind. Squeeze the buttocks, sit down. Press the knees forward. Push the shins forward. And up you go. This time, all down, down, down you go, down deep, down deep. Lift up the abdomen, reach the arms forward. Look through the strap with your eyes, look through the strap. Now look out toward the end of, past the edge of your mat. Sit way down, way down. Bring your hands to your fingertips to the floor. Head down. Start to lift your buttocks up. Start to straighten your legs back into your pose. It may be hard with your feet together. Bend the knees. Pull your chest forward. Inhale, exhale. Straighten the legs. Head down, buttocks up. Kneecap top to the side. Heels down. Lift your toes. Straighten the legs. Good. Squat down again. Squat down again. Lengthen your back waist. Lift your abdomen up. Reach the arms out. Arms parallel to the floor. Arms parallel to the floor. Way back on the heels. Keep the heels way back. Keep the hips down. Lift your arms. Lift your chest. Look through. Stand up. All the way up. Up, up, up to the top. You go way up. Way up. And then bring your hands down to Namaskar. And then get rid of the strap. Okay. Now we're going to take Prasarna Padottanasana. If you have your 2 bricks, you can use them. We're going to be walking around to Parivritta with the bricks, and then do Virabhadrasana 1, and then Virabhadrasana 3. If you don't want to use the bricks, if the back of your legs are nice and supple, you don't need the bricks, you don't have to use them. But I kind of like to use the bricks, and it's kind of fun. Okay, so they're in front of me now. I have my hands on my hips, and I'm stepping my feet wide into the straddle stance here. Push your feet away and lift your toes up, and take your tailbone, forward, so your butt's not sticking out. Lift your chest. Come forward. Now you have to lift those sit bones up. Press your outer heels away. Come forward and be here before you put your hands out right away. Be here. Be in this pose. Look down at the floor between your 2 bricks and lift your kneecaps up. Okay, good. Now bring your hands to the bricks, heels of the hands on the bricks, fingers projecting out like a diving board over your bricks, and the thumbs right together too. Roll your biceps forward and pull your chest forward. So you press down a little bit, pull your chest forward, and then lift up the navel. Lift the pubis and the navel up. But you don't want to curl, but you have to just be really strong here. This is concave Prasarana. Firm the legs. Now we're going to walk to the right into Parivritta. Watch. And turn as you need to with your feet. And get into concave Prasarana. Do that one now. And then push down your hands on the bricks. Lift your bricks up to the highest position, so that your back is really flat. Good. Okay, now both of you slightly lift your chin. You got to lengthen your throat from your clavicles to your chin. Look ahead. Firm everything. Firm everything. Now, if your knees are healthy, keep that back heel on the floor. If your knees are hurting you, you can let that heel lift up a little bit so you don't torque the knee. But really, bring the thigh muscles to the bone. All right, now we're going to bend the knee. Keep your back foot on the floor, bend the knee and come into a lunge. Lift your chest. Good. And then you can maybe make this a little bit longer. You maybe need to make your stance longer for the lunge. Down you go. Lift your chest. Okay, straighten that right leg, draw it back under you, reel it back under you, and lift your right toes up. Lift up that foot. Pull your chest forward. Okay, now again, here we go. Press the back leg away. Press it away, take that top kneecap to the bone, come in. Roll your right foot down and lunge, lift up, lift your chest up. Yes, good. And now straighten your leg again. And then bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest. Now we're in standing upright Parivritta, but a really wide stance. Arms up, swing your arms up, clasp your hands, take Urdhva Baddha, and then bend your front leg. Come into Virabhadrasana 1 with the hands in Urdhva Baddha. Look straight ahead, eyes up. Straighten your leg. Urdhva Baddha, the other grip. So switch your thumb grip. Roll up the palms of your hands and then bend the knee. Go back to go up. Remember that? Back, lesser weight into the back left foot and eyes up. Lift your eyes up. Look up at your knuckles. That's it. Good. And straighten the leg. Release your hands. Release. And then come forward. Hands on the brick, Parivritta. Bend the right leg and lift your back heel now. And you're going to step forward, drag forward, reach the bricks forward, and come into brick supported Virabhadrasana 3. Hands down on the floor. Roll your left hip down and suck your left hamstring up to the buttock and project through the back foot. Reach the heel back hard now. Reach the left heel back hard. Look ahead. Look ahead and pull your chest forward. Bend your knee. Bring your hands back alongside your hips. So you're standing on one leg. And then set your foot down. Set your foot back down. You're kneeling now. And come into Virabhadrasana 1. Look up. Exhale, straighten the leg. Standing up, arms up. Parivritta. Turn and face forward. Turn and face forward. Good. Okay, now see if you can reach over and just get your bricks and put them back for our second side. Okay. Now I know I have to move over, otherwise I'm going to run into the door. So I'm going to just move over a little bit. Let's do that whole thing again here. So standing, the legs can straddle, hands on the hips, roll your shoulders back, reach the elbows down, lift your chest. Bring your hands back like you were doing before earlier with the palms facing forward. Roll the shoulders back. Look up. This just feels really nice to me. It just kind of relaxes my shoulders. I can take the shoulder blades down the back body and looking up. And squeeze the buttocks, lift it up. Now bring your hands to your hips and pivot. So lift your hips up right here now. Lift your hips. And this lifting of the hips is what we have to do when we're coming down from headstand so you don't fall. Lift the hips up and then press the hips back with your hands. Roll your shoulders back. Be here without support. Push your feet away. Lift your kneecaps up. Now drop your hands down. And then just make those hands like a stand for something. You push them down hard into the bricks. And then look at your elbows. Make sure you're not hyperextending your elbows, but flex those biceps and turn your arms. Draw your shoulder blades down your back body. So you got to use, you're not just cranking here, but you got to use your latissimus dorsi. Use these muscles right here. So you're turning this part down, this part. You're not just cranking here. And pull your chest forward. Pull your chest forward. Okay, then let's proceed to walk and pivot and come around to Parivritta. Now this first part where you turn, the heel comes up because it's a wide stance. So we have to do a little drag forward of the back foot. A little bit of a drag forward. Press that right heel down. And now again, pull your chest forward. And the pulling action is coming from your back body right along the edge of your the outer edge of your shoulder blade. Pull forward, lift the kneecaps up, Parivritta. They'll start to bend. As soon as you bend into a lunge and lift the chest, I feel anyway, I have to lengthen my stance, otherwise I can't come down into a nice low lunge. So I'm gonna do that. So I bend and I look ahead. And then I straighten by rolling and drawing my right buttock bone, for you be your left under. And now lift, when you get to the full straighten, roll up, lift up the ball of your left foot, and then even more, roll that right hip forward so it's as square as possible, as parallel as possible to the other hip. And then again, lengthen this foot, your left foot forward as you sit into the pose and lift your chest up. And then one more time, straighten. And then bring your hands back. Parivritta. Bring the palms to Namaskar. Okay, left thumb over first this time. Urdhva Baddha Kolasana. Up you go, rear back. Rear back. So you're doing a back bend almost. And then bend the knees. You're back bending over your back leg as you're coming into Parivritta 1. Sit down. Turn your torso. Straighten the leg. And then switch the cross of your arms to Urdhva Baddha Kolasana. Again, push with the right leg. Push yourself forward as you actually lean back. You take lots of weight into your back. Look up. Look at your knuckles. Look up. Squeeze that right buttock. And then come up. Okay. And then over again you come. Reach for the bricks. And then come into your low lunge. And now push off your back toe and move forward. And you're going to come into Parivritta 3. So off your back toe, move forward. You can come in the air if you like. That's fine. Or use your bricks and bring your hands down for support. And I'll suck the right hamstring into the buttock and clamp the buttock down and look ahead. That's it, good. Straighten your legs. Take a breath here. Now, bring your hands back alongside the hips. Bend the knee. Bend the knee. So hands are back along. Or go the same direction as your back leg. And now set your back toe down. And then swoop your arms forward. Come into Parivritta 1. Arms in Urdhva Hastasana. And straighten the leg. And then turn and face forward. Face forward. Good. And now, from here now, come forward, come all the way down, bring the hands down all the way, all the way, all the way into full Prasarita Padottanasana. You can use bricks or not. I don't think either one of you has to use bricks. So. Bring the hands at least between the feet. And if you can go farther than that, do. That looks good. Yep. Yep. Get your head to the floor if you can. Head to the floor if you can. And then, that's it, Paula, good. And then forearms should be vertical. So if they're not vertical, move your hands back behind your feet more until they're vertical. Yeah. Push the hands down and suck the elbows closer to one another. So there's some tension there. You can feel it in the armpit area. And then slide your shoulder blades toward your waist. That's up. Let go of the back of your neck, Colette. Let go. Yeah, that looks good. Paula, now I just want you to imagine from here that a person could rise up on their toes and lift the legs up and come into Shavasana number 2. Just want you to imagine that, okay? Because maybe that's in your future sometime. Okay, and now turn to the right and take downward facing dog with a close enough stance that your heels are on the floor. So you were down, and then you're going to turn, and then take downward facing dog. And this is kind of as a restorative. Okay, now push the heels down strongly and lift the toes. Lengthen the undersides of your feet. And take a look at your top kneecaps and press those top kneecaps into the thigh bone. So lift those up and press them into the thigh bone. So those are the hard actions. Stretch the underside of your armpits by pressing the heels of your hands forward. And continue to lengthen the underside of your palm of your hand, just like you're stretching the underside of your feet. The soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, they stretch and reach through the tips of your toes and the tips of your fingers. And then come on down, knees softly landing at the same exact time, and take child's pose. Relax your arms. Okay, I think both of you like to do Shavasana without anything under your head. So if you would like right now, you can just gather your hands into a clasp and your elbows into position. And then head down, curl your toes under, lift your buttocks up onto your toes, walk in, walk in, walk in. Walk in so much that your toes lift up and will come right up. See if you can come up with straight legs. Go. Walk in, walk in, walk in, walk in. If you can't, go one leg at a time. Smooth as silk, Paula. Go, go, go. Yes, very good. Oh, that was a good start. That was a really good start. I liked it. Okay, good. And then be there now. Once you come up, you want to come up smoothly with a real strong base, really strong shoulders, arms, pressing down connection. And then the abdomen is very, I don't want to say tight, it's very firm. Very firm abdomen. Very good. Yes. Okay. And once you get up, then it's buttocks in and charge up from the inner leg through the inner foot. Very good. And then immediately recycle back in your mind. So you're paying attention to the pressure of the forearms on the floor. Also, feel where the head is at and the eyes. If you feel like your chin is kind of, it feels like there's too much of a stretch on the front of the throat, it may be that you're too much to the front of your head. If you can do the adjustment, do. If you can't, then just leave it. But remember for next time to tuck more when you sit up. Okay, and then come on up you go. You're pressing the forearms down. You suck the shoulder, the head of the humerus into the sockets. You're drawing in as well as pressing down there, because that's your base. Then everything else just goes up. The buttocks comes in and goes up toward the ceiling. The pubis comes in, and that goes up too. And from your groins in the very front, imagine that it's like an arrow pointing up. So then go up your inner legs, lift up through the inner groins there, the inner thighs, inner knees, inner calves, inner ankle bones, inner feet, and the big toe tips go up and up you go. Mm-hmm. And now, from here, Colette, because you're still up, I want you to do Parshva to the side, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, turn to your right and press evenly down both arms and lift evenly both shoulder blades. Turn to the right. As you turn to the right, you need to lift your outer left hip, your outer left foot more, turn the inner legs behind you. Okay, good. And then come back to center, take a breath in and charge up. Go straight up and get tall again. Then inhale, exhale, and power yourself around to the left. So it's a power move. It's like a drill. It's like you're drilling up into the sky. And if you're going to the left, it's your right leg, your right hip that lifts up more. Good. That looks really good from this angle. Mm-hmm. And then exhale, come back to center. Come back to center. All right. And now you can come down, and remember as you come down to lift strongly in the hip groinal area, right where the legs come into the pelvis. You've got to lift that area. Knees together if you can get it. I know it's hard there. Okay, now as you start to fold, you have to super lift right where the legs come into the hips. Okay, fold and knees down, hips lift. Knees down, hips lift. Okay, now open up the legs and lift the hip crease again. Yeah, that's it. And then toes touch as lightly as a pretty heavy butterfly. Okay, that was good. Now we're resting. Okay, good. You know, inhale and sit up and take a little bit of something under your right buttock. So it can be a blanket, it can be a brick. And we'll do Parivritta. Okay, and again, just as a reminder, because I can't see your feet, so I'll just say, the foot position, sitting on your right buttock, your right foot is, you're on the edge of your right foot is coming out perpendicular to your body, your leg, and the top arch rests on the underside arch. Top arch of the left foot, underside arch, arms up, exhale, turn right. Pull with your arms, press with your left foot. Press your left foot into the arch, turn your head, and then release slightly, come back to the front. Bring your right arm around, catch hold of the arm right above the elbow, and then turn and bring these fingers around. Parivritta 1. So it is this one here. And then press. Lift the chest. Sit down with that left buttock. But you sit down with the left buttock, but press your left foot down into the right foot so that you turn. So that you feel this diagonal spiral going in and up. Good. Okay, and then release. And then just set up for the other side. So you're going to go to the left. Let the right buttock come down. Sit tall. Urdhva. Exhale first without the clasp. Swing your arms around. Take hold. I have my right palm on my left leg. I'm pulling, lifting the chest, and lengthen my back waist down. Exhale, turn. Okay, then release that, and then just catch that side of the back arm. Turn the right palm up, swing it over. You can start on the inside of your right leg if you like, and turn, and then just jump that arm, that hand over to the outside of the left leg and slide it down. Slide the top of your hand down. Your palm is facing out now. Turn, turn, turn. Yeah, that looks really good. And you want to reach that right hand out towards the end of your knee. You know, ideally your arms are going to be straight. Yes. And turn your head way to the left. Good. Okay, and then release. All right, and now we're going to do Parivritta Tadasana in the chair. So you can have your sticky mat on your chair or not. Either way is fine. Ideally, you'll have your feet against a wall so you can have a purchase there. And I think both of you can do this with your feet on the floor, so you don't need any height underneath, which is good. It gives you a better traction or whatever for going. I don't think either one of you needs anything under your head either, so you just do it the regular old way. So I have the back of my chair is closest to the wall. Paula, you can turn your chair around. Yeah. Now, both of you, let's see if we can develop this a little bit today, because you're both, more advanced than a lot of the students that I have. So first we'll just do a normal one and we'll come up, and then I'll show you how I want you to advance from there. So first it will just be like this, where you scoot your buttocks through, catching the flesh, and we're gonna do, and the toe bones going up the wall. And then I want you to brace your arms like this. Push over. Both of you have got a long torso, so you probably won't be able to straighten your arms all the way, but stop before your shoulder blade tip is off the chair. And get this position here where you're lengthening. And then I want you to dig your heels in and suck your hamstring up to your buttocks as you straighten your legs, and really press the legs down hard and feel the bulge of the buttocks up to the hamstring, and then roll your shoulder blades out and down into the top of the chair. That's what I want you to do first. You're not going to be way over the top of the chair. Do that first. Okay. Okay, Paula, put your toe bones, put the balls of your feet in the corner of the wall on the floor. Put your toe bones up the cupboard door if you can get it. Okay, and now Colette, now dig your heels in and shove your heels toward the corner. Feet up the wall. Shove your heels into the corner, Paula. No. Shove your heels along the floor into the corner. Don't just pick them up. Shove your heels in. And that's it. That's it, Colette. You got it. Okay, get your chest in position first. Okay, so Paula, you kind of, here's the problem. You're on a sticky mat with your chair, so it won't slide. Your chair needs to slide. Get it off the sticky mat. Come on, Paula, keep your legs straight. Colette, yeah, good. Okay, and keep squeezing your buttock. Just keep doing that as long as it's okay for you. And I hope that it looks to me like your shoulder blades are still on the chair, the bottom tips anyway. Oh, that's right. Your chair doesn't slide, does it? Oh, yeah, that's a bummer. Okay. Okay, and then you can come up, Colette. Let's go right on to the second one. No, second one. Okay, so now for this one, let's see if you can come down. Let's come down towards working towards the real Viparita Dandasana, as opposed to the fake Viparita. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. So now you don't have to worry about the wall. You don't have to have the wall there. You can just leave your knees bent, but you can go like this. You come through just like you did. And then we push. And you go, and you go, and you go, and you go. And you go, and you go, and you go, and you go. And you see my knees are bent. And I go, and I go, and I keep going. And I'm coming down here, and I keep going, and I keep going until my hair is touching the floor. My hair is touching the floor. Like that. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to reach my hands over and get them into Dhanurasana like this. And then I'm going to creep my hands back like this and take the Shavasana grip. I'm walking my feet in and put my heels on the chair. And I'm going to see if I can get my elbows on the floor and then reach for the wall. I'm a little bit far away from the wall, but you can just stay like this for now. So you can get this one here. Now what you can do is put your sticky mat here and a little bit of a blanket so it's a little bit higher. So like this. Then it's not so far to go. Okay, so let's try that one. So you're just making yourself come over the chair till your hair, come over till your hair is touching. Good. Okay. Yeah, gather your feet in like that, Colette. That's right. Okay, just wait there, Colette, so that Paula can be in that same position. So get your, and scrub your skin over so that it's yanking you. It's yanking you into this position. Good. Walk your heels in closer to the chair. Keep it going. Good. Okay, so now, once your head's touching, reach your hands over one at a time and curl your fingers under and put them like in Dhanurasana. You can see, can't you, why it's good to have a sticky mat? Because if you don't have a sticky mat, your blanket's going to slide. Yeah, the sticky mat under. Yeah. And then into Shavasana. You can give it a try, Paul. Okay, now walk your hands back behind your head and clasp your hands. Yes, good. Okay, now roll your elbows in towards one another. Gather your feet in. Okay, now press your elbows down. Yes, and you're going to come more and push with your feet. And you're going to come more into your elbows and see if you can lift the chair up off the floor. Lift. You lift your heels up and just push the balls of your feet in, Colette. See if you can do. Yes, good. Lift. Are you giving up, Paula? No. Yes, very good. Okay. All right, now, Colette, you know what's next? Next is, now you bring your hands back into headstand or back bend position, Urdhva Dhanurasana. And take a breath in, put your heels down, put your heels down. Okay, ready, set, lift up, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Go, hup. You can take your heels up too. Heels up, lift up your chair with you, lift it up, go up, back bend. Weight into your feet. Okay, and when you want it, if you want to rest, you can come up. That was good work. Yeah. So another thing you can do, Colette, is you can try that, this business here behind, but you can move your chair in closer. So once you get there, you can just put your feet on the wall horizontal. That's nice too. I can show you. Yeah. Okay, but Paula, let's just take you through what we just did. Okay, so you're there. Good. Now clasp your hands. Good. Okay, now roll your elbows, get them in closer, get your forearms on the floor, but you got to get your elbows in. Here's the problem that I'm seeing, Paula, is that your body it's not coiled under the chair very much. It's way out there. It's way out in space. So you're like, let's see if I can do it. When you come over, okay, if you come way out here like this, and then your back is going to be, it's really flat. It's pretty flat. So I'm trying to get coiled under that chair, under, as close to the chair as you can get, like that. And then you bring your hands, and then you come here, and then you're there. Okay. So once you're there, then you can try to lift up like that. And then you also can just try to put your feet, this is what I was trying to show you, Colette, on the wall like this and just be like this. This is pretty nice. Then to finish, I like to use the sticky mat. Then you can come in like this. And then up you go. You work that down your asana. Like that. And then you can come up. Yes? Have we had enough? Yes?
I just had a hard time lifting my body. I know I can do bridge like normally, but I didn't have any strength in my arms to lift this way.
Yeah, and I think part of it was because your feet weren't planted firmly on the floor.
Okay.
Really, it comes, and it's also the arm position too. The more you can get your arms under you, the better it will be. And the farther out away your hands are, the harder it is. You don't have any leverage with your arms.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterintuitive, but if your arms, if they're like out here somewhere, there's nothing you can get. But if they're in here closer like this, they're more under your center of gravity like this. Then you get the weight pours right into the heels of your hands and you got it. So it's kind of that. And the same thing with the feet. If they're way out, you're not going to get anywhere.
Okay.
The coil. Okay, is that enough? Is that enough for everybody? Okay, let's do chair bar Vajrasana now. That was it. Okay, good. So let's sit like this. I appreciate your willingness to try, everybody. I mean, both of you. It's great. Okay, now move your buttocks back towards the back of the chair. So you're sitting on, you can feel it's like the up edge of the chair. And then have your heels on the inside of the chair. And then I'm assuming that both of you, your low back is healthy. So then in that case, we want to keep the pelvis stationary, so it's not going to move. If you have an SI joint or low back pain, sometimes it's really nice to we're going to go to the right first. It's nice to let this come, but let's try without, okay? So on top here, this one behind, push the feet down, And as you go now, the inside of your right leg and inside of the right foot moving from here out, and that's going to keep that stable and turn. Turn, not too hard. And then release. And now it's the left leg, the inner left groin through the inner left foot, turn. And release. And again, turn. Inhale, exhale, turn. Okay, then that's enough. And then just kind of stay where you are, but you're gonna just get your feet on the outside of the chair, like this. You can stand up too and sit down, that's fine. Now we're moving towards Upavishta Konasana. We'll be sitting on the floor shortly, but I want to just go through these actions like this before we sit down. So pull down, lift up, and roll your legs away from the tubing of the chair. Press the outer feet down. This is that external rotation. Right. Now, from here, lean over. You can straighten this leg out to the side like that. Lean over, put your elbow inside here, and reach down and hold on to your chair, and push here. Now, it's the elbows I want you to think about. The elbows are going to go like this, okay? So the elbows open up, and it's going to turn you so that your chest rolls back, but you really press your right elbow against your right leg and turn. And then reach your left sitting bone, reach that away, turn. Okay, good, and then sit up. Sit up tall. And now let's do the second side. So I'm gonna lean in like this. I'm gonna get this down here. Push this way, and I'm rolling. I'm taking the weight on the outside of my right foot for your left, and I'm turning this way, and then I'm gonna lift up my elbows and turn. Lift and turn, and sit up. And then finally, just do Parshva. Just turn here, and when I turn to the left, I want to take this leg back that way so it doesn't smash into this, doesn't release and crumble forward here. So I'm going to turn it back. Okay, now from here, everybody, now we're going to go right. Now we're going to come down and go right. Now come right, like that. Turn. And come up. So this is a coordination of what we're going to do as soon as we sit down. And now do Parshva, turn away from the left leg, because we're going to fold over the left leg. This is Parshva to the side. Now we're doing Parivritta. This is revolve. Now you come in here, and you bring down here, and you turn here like this, and then come up. Okay, so now keep your chair and move it over to your right side. And then sit down on your mat and spread your legs apart and have your strap. And have a block too. You might need a block. Okay. So sitting like this. You sit wide. You can have your buttocks toward the back edge of your mat and have your heels the front edge. Okay, and then from the inner knee, you pull this flesh up just to get the muscles to lengthen. And then from the inner knee, you pull out towards the heel. Take hold of your toes and stretch the heel out and get that underside of the leg long. And you can feel that this leg is longer, that you just did the stretch to. I mean, it feels longer, like it's stretched. Then turn this way, and then just kind of, lift up here and pull all this under, up through the buttock bone. Then reach ahead and try to pull here underneath the Achilles tendon, and then grab hold of your toes and reach the heel. Just really reach it away, underside from the knee, so it's really long and sit tall. Okay, and then from here, bring your hands like this and roll back as you come forward. Back as you come forward. So you're taking all this flesh back as you roll forward and walk forward. Walk forward. So push the hands forward and roll your legs back. Roll your legs back. Good. Okay, and now walk around this way. Walk around. And stretch your left arm forward. And put your right elbow on the floor. Right elbow on the floor now, like this. Good. Okay, and now bring this hand in and turn. Turn. Yes, good. Okay, and then come back. And then we're gonna walk around as much as you can. Good. Okay, and now put your left elbow on the floor, if you can do, yeah, and stretch this left arm out, stretch it out, get long. And maybe your right buttock wants to come off the floor, that's okay. You can just still roll it back, or just let it come, and then turn a little bit. So roll over this arm, roll over that arm, like that. See if you can touch your foot with this hand. Yes, you can, good. Now see if you can turn this hand and take hold of the inside of this foot, pinky toe here, and now spread your elbows and roll. That's it. Spread your elbows and roll. Okay, good. And now come over, let's go to the other side again. Here we go. I'm skipping all the other stuff because you guys are so good. Okay, so now elbow down, okay? And now get your elbow here and see if you can turn your hand like this so that you can hold on to your foot. Turn your hand and hold on to the ball of your foot. If you can't do it, we'll try it with the strap in a moment here. But it's here. Okay, good. Now bring your left hand onto your hip and roll your elbow back so your chest turns, and roll over your right leg. So you're going to roll from kind of the center of your right leg to the outside of your right leg. So you're rolling over it. Good. Lift your chin. Now swing. Now get your hand up, bend your elbow, reach over and take hold of the pinky toe, and now open up your elbows and turn. Yes. And then come back to center and sit up. Okay, that was really good. That's what time is it? Okay, let's just do it with the strap here now. So now go catch this foot and hold on to your strap. You can make the strap bigger than what it was. It can be, a fairly good size strap, like this. Hold on to the strap, okay? And we're gonna do with the strap now. And now you turn away from the strap, like this. Turn away from the strap first, and pull on the strap as you're lengthening your body. Okay, now you pull in and you come down, bring that elbow in. So now this is just you, instead of holding onto your foot, you're holding onto the strap, okay? Now bring this hand over and catch the strap too. Catch the other two, so two hands, two strap, and now open up, bring your left hand behind your head and roll over and look up at the ceiling. So this is another way of doing, which is kind of nice. Okay, but now let's do, this is Parivritta. Now let's do Parshva. Stay low. So you're gonna come in here, stay low, bring your elbow on the other side and come down. Put your head down on your leg. Parshva. And you can reach ahead too if you want. Crawl up the strap, hold on to the strap, or hold on to your foot. Parshva. See if you can lie down and you don't need your elbows for support, you can lift the elbows up to the side so that your back body lengthens, and pull on the foot and draw your shoulder blades towards your waist. Parshva. And then bring your hands to the floor and walk yourself up, and then sit straight and tall. Other side. Okay, so here we are. Loop the left foot. Hand in the loop. Left hand in the loop. Turn away from that. This is Parshva also. This is Parshva to the right. So Parshva. Okay, and then Parivritta. Now come in here. As you come in, you turn. You can bring your right elbow, your right or left elbow to the floor, your right hand and turn. So you're turning away from the leg of interest here. And now cross over. Now maybe you could just take this hand and hold on to the foot or closer in on the strap, and then bring this up and over and lie down. Ideally, you get your shoulder past your leg like this, and you're lying here, and you roll back. Sometimes they even roll over on their back and they do kind of like the splits. They meaning other people. Okay, so and up we go. Inhale, exhale, and then stay low now, and then turn, come into this here. Should feel really nice because you're opening up some of those constricted areas. Pull, elbows up if you can get them up, and then release, bring your hands to the floor and walk yourself back up. Bring your legs in. Konasana. Under the feet, lean forward, head down, curl. Okay. Knees up. Okay, so it's 11:15 now, but I think it would be really nice for you to finish with your legs up in the air. Let's do Viparita Karani for 2 minutes if you're willing to go over a little bit, and then you can be done there, or you can come into Shavasana on your own. So if you have a bolster, you can use it, or you can use your blankets against the wall. The blanket fur coming down off. Viparita Karani, feet a little bit apart so the legs can drop down in their sockets. Just rest, let go. Make sure that the shoulder blades are flattened on the floor and they should feel broad, not pinched together, but they should feel broad, and that they are hooked in, they're tractioned in toward your bolster or your blanket that you're lying on, so your chest is raised up without any effort from you. And just let everything go. Descend and spread. Your belly should be spreading and soft, the throat nice and soft and open. The face relaxed. Forehead broadening. Let the skin of your cheeks be moving from the center out towards the sides, out towards your ears, as though that skin was melting over and down the sides of your face. The tongue itself, as it becomes passive, it tends to shorten and broaden and rest in the back area of your mouth. Your belly is nicely supported by your bolster, so that can spread and relax. And your chest should be nice and open too. And the arms spread. And all the muscles of your long bones just hanging, or hanging if they're on the front of you, and spreading and yielding into the floor if they're on the back side.
Now slide your feet on the wall and move yourself into Shavasana. You can use the bolster as you like, either on top of your legs or underneath your knees, or not at all. Use a blanket as you wish to cover your face or to provide some nice grounding and a little bit of warmth across your chest or your pelvis or your feet. And let go. And hopefully you have a sense of quiet space now, sense of calm, of job well done, so that you feel content. And rest in that state. And none of your sensory organs have anything to do right now, so you can let them totally release. Let the eyes and the tongue and the nose and ears recede and relax. The hands and the feet know where to go, nothing to do. Let them soften and be totally passive. Now place your hands on your belly, your torso somewhere. Feel the rise and fall of the breath. And one at a time, bend your legs, slide your feet in closer to the rest of your body. And roll to your right side and rest on your right side for a few breaths. And then come up to seated position. Inhale and lift your chest. Exhale, bow your head with a sense of gratitude for this practice. In all the ways that it helps us to be strong and resilient and honest and compassionate. Namaste.